The American destroyer USS Sampson sailed through the Taiwan Strait on Tuesday in what the U.S. called a routine operation. So far this year, the U.S. Navy has sent ships through the strait roughly once a month.
Amid this latest show of U.S. support, Taiwan military released new details on its biggest war games of the year. The 38th Han Kuang exercises will be split into two parts, a tabletop exercise in May and a live fire component in July. Defense officials say that this year's drills will incorporate lessons learned from the Russia-Ukraine war.
A standard missile is launched from the guided missile destroyer USS Sampson in a display of firepower. The U.S. military has confirmed that Sampson transited the Taiwan Strait from south to north on Tuesday. It's the fourth American warship to sail the strait this year. The U.S. deployed the USS Dewey in January and the USS Ralph Johnson in February and March. Occurring at a frequency of once a month, the routine is aimed at demonstrating U.S. commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific.
During
the ship's transit of the Taiwan Strait, our military had a full grasp of all movements in the sea and airspace surrounding Taiwan. The situation was normal.
Amid this latest show of U.S. support, the Defense Ministry has released details on this year's largest war games. The 38th annual Han Kuang exercises will be split into two parts, a tabletop exercise and live fire drills. The tabletop exercise will simulate possible Chinese strategies for invading Taiwan. According to the ministry, the exercise will factor in lessons of the Russia-Ukraine war when assessing issues related to combat readiness. The live fire component will be based on the outcomes of the tabletop simulation, testing Taiwan's capabilities against a range of scenarios and enemy actions. The 5-day drills will use real combat gear, and a portion of them will use live rounds. On Wednesday, the ministry was asked why it was replacing its computer-simulated war games with a tabletop exercise.
We are borrowing a lesson on defense operations from the Russia-Ukraine war. We will convene important cadres of Taiwan's military who will engage in face-to-face discussions over tactics so as to obtain a consensus on combat strategy and the deployment of forces. This will be conducive to the development of combat strategies and provide specific points of reference for future war preparations and military building. As for the combat training exercises, we will incorporate the capabilities of the Coast Guard into the drills whenever appropriate, in line with the needs of defense operations.
With tensions high as ever in the Taiwan Strait, the Defense Ministry is looking to Ukraine as it works to bolster asymmetric defense through this year's Han Kuang exercises.